He discovered gravity. He invented calculus. He could predict the path of a comet decades before it arrived. Isaac Newton was, by almost any measure, the most intelligent human being who ever lived. And in the spring of 1720, he stared at a rising line on a stock chart and made the same mistake as everyone else. By the end of that year, he had lost a fortune worth millions today, in the one crash that he, of all people, should have seen coming. And here is the part almost nobody knows. He did see it coming. He sold. He took his profit. He was out, and he was safe. What happened next is the most expensive lesson in the history of intelligence. Understand this first. Newton was not some cloistered professor who didn't understand money. Newton was money. For nearly 3 decades, he was master of the Royal Mint, the man in charge of every coin in England. He rebuilt the nation's currency from scratch. He hunted counterfeiters personally, walking London's taverns in disguise, building cases like a detective. The most notorious forger in England, William Chancellor, mocked the mint for years until Newton assembled the evidence that sent him to the gallows. So in 1720, when a single company promised to make all of England rich, Isaac Newton was the last man alive anyone expected to fall for it. But this was no ordinary company. It was a machine built out of pure belief. The South Sea Company. On paper, a monopoly on trade with South America. In reality, almost no trade at all. Spain controlled those ports, and the little business the company did conduct included the darkest trade of the age, carrying enslaved people across the Atlantic. Its real product was a financial trick. The company offered to take over the entire national debt of Great Britain, swapping government debt for its own shares. The king himself served as its governor. Parliament blessed the deal. And here was the beautiful, terrible logic at its heart. The higher the share price rose, the richer everyone involved became. Nothing needed to be shipped, nothing needed to be sold. The price only had to keep rising. In January, £128, by March, 330, by May, 550, and then London lost its mind. That spring, Exchange Alley became the loudest street in Europe. Duchesses pawned jewels to buy shares. Poets bought. Footmen bought. Carriages jammed the alley so tightly that gentlemen climbed over them to reach the brokers. Copycat schemes bloomed overnight, and legend claims one prospectus simply read, "A company for carrying on an undertaking of great advantage," but nobody to know what it is. It allegedly raised a fortune before lunch. And Isaac Newton, watching the madness with a scientist's eye, did exactly what a genius should do. In April, he sold. He walked away with his money roughly doubled, a profit worth close to £1 million in today's money, reportedly muttering that he could calculate the motions of the heavens, but not the madness of people. That should be the end of this story. It isn't, because the price kept rising. Now came the most dangerous force in finance. Not greed, not fear, envy. All through May and June, Newton had to sit at dinner tables and listen to friends, ordinary, unremarkable people, celebrating profits twice the size of his. The price doubled after he left. Then it climbed higher still. Every day he stayed out, someone dumber than him got richer than him. Fear of missing out was not invented by the internet. It is 300 years old, and it wears a powdered wig. In midsummer, with the price near £1,000, almost the exact top of the chart, the greatest scientific mind in history bought back in. And this time, he committed a fortune. What happened next obeyed a law Newton never wrote down, but every market since has proven. In August, the company's own directors began quietly selling. Confidence cracked. Loans were called in, and the machine that ran on rising prices ran backwards. By late September, the stock had collapsed from near £1,000 to under 200. Banks failed. Fortunes evaporated overnight. London filled with ruined men, and Isaac Newton lost £20,000, millions in today's money, very nearly everything he had committed at the top. The genius had been beaten by the one force he could not put into an equation. England wanted blood for this, and the hunt for the guilty would accidentally create something we still live with today. Parliament turned on the architects of the bubble. The Chancellor of the Exchequer, the man who ran Britain's finances, was found guilty of corruption and locked in the Tower of London. Directors had their estates confiscated to repay victims, and the politician who managed the cleanup, Robert Walpole, gathered so much power restoring order that he became, in effect, Britain's first Prime Minister. The office itself was born in the wreckage of a stock bubble. But the bubble had one more lesson to give, because not everyone lost. A bookseller named Thomas Guy sold his shares near the very top, walked away with a fortune, and used it to build a hospital. Guy's Hospital still stands in London today, 3 centuries later, still treating patients. The same bubble. 2 endings? And Newton? He never got his money back. But what he did next completes this story. For the rest of his life, it was said that no one was allowed to speak the words South Sea in Newton's presence. The man who faced down comets and counterfeiters could not bear the name of a stock. And here is the twist this channel exists for. Newton didn't lose because he was foolish. He lost because he was brilliant. He saw the bubble. He proved it by selling. But knowledge is not immunity. Markets don't run on equations. They run on stories. And the most expensive story ever told is, this time everyone gets rich. We've retold it in every century since. Railways, the Roaring Twenties, dot-coms, houses, digital coins, different names, same chart, same madness. Newton spent his life proving that everything that rises is pulled back down. The apple always falls. The only question a bubble ever asks is whether you're still holding it when it does. Because a price is never just a number. It's a story we tell each other, right up until the moment we stop believing it.